Think about your last payday. For a few hours, everything feels under control. Then the bills arrive, your card keeps getting swiped, and your money disappears fast. You work hard, yet you feel like you are running in place, chasing a finish line that constantly moves further away every single month. Now imagine another person your age. They earn almost the same salary, yet their net worth quietly grows every month instead of shrinking away. How can two people with such similar incomes end up living completely different financial lives? Is it pure luck, or is there a hidden secret? The truth is that wealth rarely begins with a bigger paycheck. It begins with a fundamental shift in how you think about your money. Small financial choices, when repeated consistently over time, create results that eventually look extraordinary. It is not about the amount you start with today. It is about the habits you build that define your future. My name is Jeffrey Sachs Invests, and I study why people build wealth. If you are finally ready to make every dollar work harder for you, then let's begin this journey toward your true financial freedom. Most people believe the biggest financial mistake you can make in your 30s is starting too late. That idea sounds convincing, but it is incorrect. The real mistake is believing you have plenty of time. When people think they can always start next year, they delay investing and ignore saving. Imagine two friends celebrating their 30th birthday. They earn similar salaries and share the same dreams. The only difference is the choices they make. One buys a newer car, upgrades every gadget, and spends every raise immediately. The other invests consistently, increases savings, and lets time work for them. At first, their lives look almost identical. They travel, enjoy weekends, and post similar photos online. Nobody notices a meaningful difference in their finances. But after 10 years, the gap becomes impossible to ignore. One has growing investments and multiple income sources. The other depends on the next paycheck. Wealth is not built through one perfect decision. It is built through hundreds of ordinary decisions that seem small today but become life-changing tomorrow. Now that you understand this dangerous mistake, the next question is even more important. Why can starting in your 30s become your greatest advantage? Here is something that might surprise you. Your 30s are often the first decade where you finally have the power to build real wealth. By now, you have made mistakes, learned difficult lessons, and gained experience that simply was not possible in your 20s. Those lessons have value. In your 20s, every financial decision feels like an experiment. In your 30s, every decision has direction. You understand the cost of wasting time. Think of planting a tree. The best time was years ago, but the second best time is today. Waiting only delays the shade you enjoy later. Many people spend years wishing they had started earlier. Successful people spend that same time taking action with the opportunities they still have right now. The goal is not to beat someone who started at 22. The goal is to become wealthier than the version of yourself who keeps waiting. Your income may continue growing and your skills become more valuable. Those advantages can accelerate your financial progress faster than you might ever expect. Starting in your 30s does not put you behind. It can be the decade where your financial future changes forever if you stay truly consistent. Most people think wealth is built through one lucky investment. In reality, financial freedom is the result of habits so small they seem unimportant. Imagine two people earning the same income. One spends whatever is left at the end of the month. The other invests first and lives on the rest. The difference feels invisible in the beginning. A few $100s invested each month does not look life-changing. That is why people underestimate it. Think of wealth like rolling a snowball down a mountain. At first, it barely grows. But as it keeps moving, it becomes larger and heavier. The same principle applies to your financial life. Every dollar you save and every unnecessary expense you avoid adds a new layer to your future. Successful investors do not rely on motivation, they rely on systems. They automate their savings and remove emotion from decisions that affect their long-term growth. The people who look financially successful were not chasing shortcuts. They were repeating simple habits long enough for the results to become impossible to ignore. Once your habits work for you instead of against you, money behaves differently. That is when your investments finally begin doing the heavy lifting. Most people spend their lives working for money. The wealthy focus on reaching the moment when money begins working for them instead. That shift changes everything. Imagine earning the same paycheck every month, but knowing your investments are quietly producing income in the background. Even while you sleep, your money moves forward. At first, the results seem disappointing. Your investments grow slowly, and it feels like nothing is happening. Many people quit because they expect instant success. Think about pushing a heavy flywheel. The first few turns require tremendous effort, yet the wheel barely moves. Keep pushing, and eventually, it spins easily. Investing works the same way. Every contribution adds momentum. Every month you stay consistent makes the next month more powerful because your money keeps. This does not require predicting the perfect stock. It requires patience, discipline, and the willingness to stay invested when others become emotional and start panicking. The biggest financial advantage is giving your money enough time to grow while you continue building your skills and increasing your total monthly income. Once your investments generate growth on their own, you will realize something incredible. Your paycheck is no longer your only source of progress toward freedom. Building wealth is not just about making smart decisions. It is also about avoiding the common mistakes that quietly destroy years of financial progress. One of the biggest mistakes is trying to look wealthy instead of becoming wealthy. Expensive cars, luxury watches, and designer clothes rarely build security. Imagine receiving a promotion with a higher salary. Many people immediately upgrade their lifestyle, move into a larger home, or finance an expensive new car. Now imagine someone else making that same increase. Instead of spending everything, they invest most of the raise and continue living below their means. From the outside, the first person appears more successful, the second person appears ordinary. But behind the scenes, their financial futures move in opposite directions. Wealth is often invisible in the beginning. It grows quietly through assets, not appearances. The richest decision is usually the one that nobody notices today. Another costly mistake is letting fear control your investment decisions. Markets rise and fall, but disciplined investors understand that temporary declines are just part of success. Avoid these common traps, and you will protect the wealth you are working so hard to build. Now, let's uncover the secret to exponential growth. There is one financial principle so powerful it has transformed ordinary incomes into extraordinary wealth for generations. Most people underestimate it because results are invisible. That principle is compound growth. Instead of earning returns only on your initial money, you earn returns on your previous returns, creating a powerful cycle. Imagine rolling a small snowball across fresh snow. At first, it barely changes. But with every turn, it gathers more snow and grows faster. Your investments follow the same pattern. The first few years often feel slow, making people believe nothing is happening. In reality, the foundation grows. The greatest rewards do not appear in the first year. They arrive after years of patience, consistency, and allowing time to multiply your smart decisions. This is why successful investors protect their time as carefully as their money. Every year you stay invested gives compound growth more power to work. Many people search for the next big opportunity. But the most powerful strategy is simply staying committed to a plan long enough to succeed. Once you understand how compounding works, you will stop asking how quickly you can get rich and start asking how long you can stay invested. Many people believe investing is only for high earners or financial experts. That belief keeps millions on the sidelines while others quietly build lasting wealth. The truth is that your income matters far less than your consistency. Investing a modest amount every month for years outperforms waiting for the perfect moment. Imagine two co-workers. One keeps saying they will invest after a bigger paycheck. The other starts with a small amount and increases it over time. At first, the difference seems insignificant. A few dollars each week does not look life-changing. That is exactly why most people never even begin investing. Think of climbing a mountain. You do not reach the summit with one giant leap. You get there by taking one step after another, moving forward. The same is true with investing. Every contribution strengthens your foundation. Every month you stay consistent brings you closer to the freedom you are building. The goal is not to become rich overnight. The goal is to create a system that builds wealth while your career and your income continue expanding. Once investing becomes a habit, you will realize that financial freedom is not for the extraordinary. It is for those who refuse to stop moving. Now imagine yourself 10 years from today. You are not wondering how you will pay next month's bills. Instead, you are choosing your own path. You finally have true financial freedom and peace of mind. Your investments have grown steadily over the years, becoming more than just numbers on a screen. They now represent real choices, lasting security, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your money is finally working hard for your own benefit. Think back to the person you are today. The small sacrifices you make now seem insignificant, but they are creating the life your future self enjoys. Imagine waking up without constant financial stress. Emergencies no longer feel like disasters because you have built a strong foundation that protects your entire life. This future is not reserved for people with perfect timing. It is available to those who stay patient, remain consistent, and refuse to give up. Every investment you make today is a message to your future self. It says that you value your tomorrow more than another unnecessary purchase right now. 10 years will pass anyway. The only question is whether you will arrive at that future with growing assets or the same worries you have today. If there is one lesson to remember from this video, it is this: building wealth is not about starting at the perfect age or time. It is about making better financial decisions and repeating them consistently for years. Your 30s are not a deadline, they are a massive golden opportunity. Every dollar you invest, every unnecessary expense you avoid, and every smart choice you make becomes another step toward your true financial freedom today. Most people spend their lives chasing a bigger paycheck, believing more income solves everything. The truth is that lasting wealth comes from discipline and patience. The life you want will not appear overnight. It is built through hundreds of small decisions that seem insignificant today but become extraordinary over the years. The best time to start may have been years ago. The second best time is today. Your future only responds to the decisions you make starting now. If this video gave you a new perspective on building wealth, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss future lessons. Let me know in the comments, what is the first financial decision you are going to make today? Thank you for watching and keep investing.